Okay, welcome to the membership overview. This is the beginning section, opening section that we'll walk through. So the membership overview, kind of a checklist of things to have when you are doing a membership overview, whether you're doing it in person or over the phone or over a computer, that you will want the script or the outline, and you had a link to that, so you should have that available. You'll want to have the LiveGuide brochure, whether you have it the brochure itself, you're sitting down with someone, or if you just have it up on your computer, it's really helpful to be going through that, and we'll show you why. But if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You can just use the script, and we'll kind of show you how to do that. A reference guide. I love the app because it just shows them how easy it is. They don't necessarily have to buy a book, but if somebody wants a physical book, then a reference guide, if you have a book, you can take one. Paper, pen, your referral bonus items. So if someone is giving you referrals, giving you names, then having those items that you're offering to them for when they give you referrals, you want to have those on hand if you're in person. And then optional would be the Google Docs, which I highly recommend. It just makes it easier for being able to write down the list, the wish list, and be able to share it with them. It's just easy, but piece of paper, pen works too. So opening. So in your opening, we're going to be covering pleasantries, what we say just as we come into that appointment, the agenda, and then learning about their goals. Again, very similar to a regular appointment or class. So pleasantries, I'm just going to go ahead and read this to you so you can hear what it sounds like. Pretty simple. How has your day been so far? Go have a short conversation there. I have some notes again so I don't miss sharing something of value for you, and so I can stay on topic. Is it okay if I refer to them while we're chatting? And again, why this is important, it just brings attention to something that could be awkward, so it's not awkward. And so if you just bring it up here, they really don't mind that you're referring to notes. But if you don't bring up that you're referring to notes, then they might feel like you don't know what you're doing. But you're just pointing out, I'm just referring to notes, just so that I can stay on topic, and so I don't miss anything that's of value to you. So that's why we say that. And then, have you had a chance to use any of your products so far? And they may or may not have used something. If they have, then ask this question: what have you liked the most? And they can just tell you, well, I really liked using peppermint, it was amazing, and whatever. And if they haven't, okay, no problem. You don't want to feel bad that they haven't used the product. We will get them to take it out while we're there with them, and show them how to use it. But okay, no problem. And then you're going to go into finding out their goals. Now, we already did this in the appointment before, but it's really important for them to be expressing what their goals and their needs, concerns are. Because when they express it, it kind of cements that it's a real problem. It's not just in their head. And so even though you may remember what their goals were, and you might have a list still, I would still recommend that they reiterate their goals. So go ahead and ask. I think I remember some of your goals, but I don't want to miss anything. Can you remind me of your health goals just so we're on the same page? And they'll just go ahead and remind you. There might be new things that have come up. There might be something that's not as big of a concern for them. And what I like is being able to just type it into a Google Doc. So I'll just pull up my computer and be typing it in there. And it looks like that as you're just making those lists. And so they might say, well, remember sleep. I had a hard time falling asleep. Also, just lack of energy, talk a little bit about stress, and just list them that way. Or if you don't want to pull up Google Docs, you could just write them on a piece of paper. And I would leave some space because in between here, you're going to be making a list of products that will help them with that. So under sleep, you'll be putting lavender and Serenity and maybe the Serenity soft gels, just some items that go with that. And this becomes their wish list, but you're going to be starting with just asking them what their goals are. Now, this is where you're educating and reinforcing some things that will help them. So you'll be pulling out the LiveGuide or pulling it up on your computer or iPad or whatever. And on this page that has the wellness pyramid, you'll just want to briefly touch on these points. So I would say this. Let's go through this guide because it will give you an idea of what to use for your goals. So what they just listed, and also some ideas of what a lot of other customers want. And I just pull up this and say, this pyramid is really important because this is really what our health is based on, are these lifestyle choices of eating right, exercising, getting enough rest, and managing stress, and reducing toxic load. And there are products that can help with all of those. We're going to go through that. And then also inform self-care. So like you start feeling sick or you scrape up your knee, like what kind of options do you have for self-care, taking care of yourself? So we're going to just go through some of these. And so I just make that really, really brief, that's what we're kind of going through. We're going to be touching on eating, exercise, and all that. And you want to make it easy and fun and quick. And what I found with the Live Guide is that there is a ton of information in there, so it can be overwhelming. But if we're trying to make it easy and simple and quick and fun, you will not want to go through every single point on that. It's mostly a reference guide for them, and also to kind of give them an idea of what most other people like to use oils for. So that's the second part of the goals. And then the third part of getting their goals is just going through the different pages, just quickly going through, and you'll just say, a lot of people have a goal to eat right. And you'll be on that Eat Right page. And you might scan through some of those and say, some people like to get, they're concerned about nutrients they're getting or digestive issues, maybe probiotics, and then ask, are any of these important to you? And they'll just kind of look at the page. If they seem like, oh yeah, eating right is important, great. You'll just circle it on the page. Or if there's a certain product, oh yeah, probiotics, my children, like we usually get them from here, that would be something I'm interested in. Just go ahead and circle it. And then you'll flip to the next page, exercise. So most customers have a goal to exercise more or better manage their weight. And you might say, some are just not motivated, so they like things for motivation or for pain with the Deep Blue products. They just want a better workout, maybe some respiratory support, cravings, metabolism. They can just kind of look at the page and see, are you interested in any of these? Yeah, I've been wanting to exercise more, but my knee hurts, so this is definitely something I'd want. And so you just kind of circle some of the products that they would be interested in. And you'll go through, just quickly through the different pages in the Live Guide to give them some ideas of what other products are available, but you don't want it to be overwhelming. So that's why you're just kind of scanning through quickly. Rest and stress management, emotional oils, is that something you'd be interested in? If they are, they can look a little bit more on the different oils there. Reducing toxic load. There's a 30-day cleanse, which is great for cleansing your body. Is that something you'd be interested in? Awesome. Let's just circle that. No, not really. No problem. How about informed self-care? Being prepared during emergencies, headaches, cuts and scrapes, getting sick, anything like that. Yes, great. Let's circle some of those. Targeted support. They can kind of look at different parts of their body, and maybe they have a concern, but they didn't know, like, oh, circulation. Yeah, my husband had some problems with high blood pressure or something. And so you might circle that just to get a basic idea of some of the things that they might want to be working on. So you just quickly go through that. And so your Get It Done is to practice the opening of the membership overview and just get familiar with the Live Guide so you know what's in it and know that we're not going to be using it completely. It's just more for getting some ideas for your wish list.